Hi guys, welcome to Guru Beauty. I'm Jodie and I wanted to do a foundation review for you today. I have purchased a lot of foundations recently, so expect more coming from me. I do want to make the important note before I get started that my skin type is combination to oily. My skin concerns would be fine lines, oily breakthroughs, and also large pores really all over my face. I do always use a primer with my makeup and I do prefer a medium to full coverage, and I do really like to set my foundation with a powder to help it last all day and then touch up with a powder if appropriate throughout the day. I do like foundations that last a long time. Often I'll be applying my foundation around 7 o'clock in the morning, working a full day. I do work full time, and then sometimes we might have dinner plans or any kind of evening activities. So sometimes I usually need my foundation to last for probably about 11 or 12 hours just in a normal work day before I'm washing it off, and sometimes into the evening, so anywhere up to 15 hours as well. So the foundation that I am reviewing for you today is by L'Oreal. It's new to the Australian market. It's their Lumi Magique foundation. They say it gives you a flawless skin as if lit from within. It says it's got a liquid light technology. The packaging is beautiful. It's very attractive. It's a nice glass bottle. It holds 30 mils of product, which is the standard 1 fluid ounce. Really nice. Even like this rose gold finish is beautiful. Comes with a lovely pump and very attractive, very nice packaging. I really do like that. So stay tuned. I do show you how I apply the foundation and then come back at the end of the day and let you know what I think about it. So if you are interested in my experience, how I apply and how this lasts and wears throughout the day on my combination to oily complexion, stay tuned. So here we are. The primer that I've chosen today is actually from Benefit. It's the Porefessional. So hopefully you'll be able to see some minimized pores here as we apply the foundation. So this is the L'Oreal Lumi Magique Light Infusing Foundation. It promises flawless skin as if lit from within and claims to have liquid light technology. Doesn't that sound lovely? So there's a trend obviously with these NARS Sheer Glow foundations, all kinds of foundations, to give a lit from within glow. We'll see if this one lives up to the promises that it makes on the bottle. So on the back of the bottle it says, innovation, new liquid light technology infuses skin with a ray of light, illuminating your complexion as if lit from within. The radiance of your skin seems recreated, perfect coverage without masking. The result? A radiant, flawless complexion that's full of life. Bottle is a glass bottle with a lovely pump. It's got a little clear lid there that snaps on. The look of the packaging is absolutely beautiful. That glass bottle does contain 30 mils of product, 1 fluid ounce, very standard for foundations. And the color that I am in is a pretty good color match actually. That is a big plus for this product, is the color match I think is fantastic. In fact, much better than the Ribble Wake Me Up foundation that I have in True Ivory. So the color that I am is W3 Gold Linen, and it's a fantastic match for my skin. I absolutely love it. So 1 pump, I'll show you how much that is. The pump is actually a perfect size, I think, for to cover your whole face, and today I'm going to do it with my fingers. Yeah, some pumps dispense too much, some don't dispense enough. I think that pump dispenses a perfect amount of product, and the colour match is fantastic on me. I've tried applying this with the Beauty Blender, kabuki brushes, flat topped kabukis, and it really does just sort of disappear into the skin. So you can see it's quite a sort of light to medium coverage. You can certainly see my freckling and discoloration come through. It's definitely for people who aren't wanting to hide so much as just wanting to even out their skin tone and have this apparently lit from within technology. And I'll just show you here, if you can see, I'm just getting a little bit more on my finger here, and I'm just going to dot it just for a bit of extra coverage. It is buildable, it just does blend beautifully. Okay, so here it is at the end of application of the foundation. Pluses for this foundation so far. Fantastic packaging. That W3 gold linen shade is a perfect shade for me. It blends in beautifully, so the formulation of this foundation just makes it so easy and quick to apply, perfect for people who are wanting to run out the door. It just blends in, it's virtually undetectable, it's light to medium coverage. You can build it up a little bit and it does just blend in so easily over the skin, giving a really natural light to medium coverage. You can see a slight sheen on my skin. You can see from the foundation, that must be the lit from within that they're talking about. If you stay tuned, I'll come back at the end of the day and let you know how it wore throughout the day. I hate this foundation, I've just got to say. I don't think it does anything for my skin at all. Within 2 to 3 hours after applying, I have just a really oily zone around my nose. Rather than an all over sheen that looks lit from within, I just have, you know, a really oily spot right around my nose, unlike other foundations. I'm not sure if this is just a lot more reactive to oily spots, but I've used this with multiple primers. I've used it with and without powder. I've used it applying with a sponge, with a brush, with my fingers. I've used it touching up. I've used it not touching up. I've used it in multiple layers. I've used it in a single layer. And there's just this, I would say that today is probably the best result that I've had with the Benefit Professional. It certainly helped to try and minimize the pores around my cheeks. I did also use a Laura Mercier loose setting powder to set it really, really lightly this morning. I did not touch up today. One of the things that I find with this foundation is that sort of it wears off unevenly. So if you do touch up with powder, you still can sort of see that powder. This sort of really grabs a hold of powder and can go a bit cakey if you do it in multiple layers, or if you do touch up. If you don't touch up, then it just sort of disappears. So it certainly is not a long-lasting foundation, despite whatever primer I have used, despite whether I have or have not used powder. Where I have used powder, as I say, I do get a sort of cakey finish. So I've got bits where it's rubbed off kind of looking really natural, and then bits where I've put powder on looking kind of cakey. It doesn't mix well with powder and therefore doesn't have a great chance to last very long throughout the day. The lip from within I don't get. It does sort of have a bit of a, maybe like a satin finish, but it's so light coverage that it's almost like it just kind of wears off and it's just my natural skin looking a little bit sheeny. So good things to say about this foundation would be again, the colour match, how easily it applies. It certainly is not appropriate for people who want a long-lasting foundation. It's certainly not appropriate for people who want medium to full coverage. It's certainly not appropriate, I would say, for people who like to set foundations with powder, and certainly not appropriate for people who like to touch up with powder either. So that sort of rules out a lot of people as far as I'm concerned. If you have dry skin and you're after a lighter coverage foundation, then this may be a perfect one for you. It's a miss for me. I certainly would not recommend purchasing this foundation for those who, like me, have oily combination oily skin. So because of all of that, I certainly would not repurchase this foundation. There are certainly other foundations out there. Do check out my review on the Rimmel Wake Me Up foundation if you are like me with combination to oily skin and you are after something that's a little bit sort of radiant and glowy, and say NARS Sheer Glow is out of your budget, then Rimmel Wake Me Up would be a good foundation for that. But again, you're limited with the colour choices. So I hope that this review helped. Do certainly leave your comments down below. It's worth it for people reading. Obviously, this is just my experience with my skin and the way that I use and apply foundation. So do make your comments down below. It does count and other people will benefit from it. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you all have a beautiful day and we'll see you again really, really soon. Bye.